Hi guys, I'm so sorry. The previous live got me bumped out, so I was unfortunately not able to see, but I'm back and painting. So here we go. I just got started with kind of laying down some color for the strawberries, and yeah, let's continue. So anyways, I'm using gouache paints. If you guys weren't here a little bit earlier, I love these paints. Love them. And I highly recommend the Miyahime gouache, jelly gouache set. They're super great for beginners and are a more affordable price compared to some other gouache brands / paints. Another good brand I've heard of that I don't exactly know too much about is the Holbein acrylic wash. And I've heard that it's kind of like a mix between acrylic and gouache, whereas you can water it down and it will act more as like gouache, watercolor, kind of that type of texture. And then whenever you use it just dry, it is more of an acrylic texture, which I find that to be quite interesting. I'm interested in how that works, and hopefully maybe I'll be able to try them out eventually. Who knows? Probably one day, but yeah, we'll see. Do we have any painters in here? What types of paint do you guys like to use? And honestly, if you're just an artist, why don't you share a little bit about yourself and maybe let other people know what you do and what you like, what style you do, and that kind of stuff. So, yeah. All right, so this is a little bit of a progression of my painting so far. Okay, and guys, please subscribe if you're here. I would really appreciate it, and especially if you guys like art, why not subscribe to someone who can help you, become friends with you, anything like that. Also, this painting will, if it turns out pretty good, then it may or may not be up on my shop eventually. So if you're interested, also check out my Etsy shop. It is linked below some other videos, and you guys can feel free to check that out. I am currently having 4 listings, but I'm definitely going to be adding more. Oh, hello, Pink Potato. I like that name. How are you? How's your summer going? Okay, so I'm just working on the green of these lovely little leaves. I'm trying to make this very bright and vibrant. I want it to kind of have some vibrancy and just kind of capture the summer season as a whole. Okay. So right now I'm just laying down a wash of color. I know it looks pretty raw, but just trust the process. Honestly, I feel like that's the best piece of information and tip, especially for other young artists. I guess sometimes it is okay to give up if you can really tell that it's just not going how you like, but it's also really good to just keep going and trust the process. Of course, something that might also help you enjoy whatever type of art you're doing is drawing something that you really like. I also do colored pencil artwork, so I actually do have a few videos up about colored pencil drawing and stuff like that. So you could maybe draw people you like, characters you like, possibly fan art. That's always an option. People really do appreciate fan art, and you're also making someone really happy with that. And yeah, just draw things you like. Right now I'm painting strawberries because I just love strawberries. And I think who doesn't like strawberries? Unless they're allergic, of course. Okay, so I'm going to break out my eraser a little bit and kind of just get rid of some more of these pencil marks that are unwanted. Great. Alrighty. Make sure you guys are sharing and liking and just pressing all the buttons so that I can get more people onto this live. This is actually also my first time live streaming. So I hope you guys are enjoying and I'm not rambling too much for you guys. But yeah. Just some painting. Paint and paint. Okay. Okay. Let's see. This kind of looks like a Christmassy painting right now, since I haven't added much. But yeah. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little bit of blues and start working on the rest of the greenery. It's also great to keep a paper towel handy just for some blotting and stuff like that. You don't want any problems or anything like that. You don't want to have your paintbrush too wet as well. Okay, so now I'm going to break out a smaller, finer brush. So I'm going to be using this brush. I actually got this as a set, I think from Michael's, and it is under the Artist Loft brand, if you guys are wondering. And so I'm just going to continue on. It's just really hard to get the paint and nice pigmentation with this because the brush is so tiny. Super duper tiny and cute. Okay, so I'm going to grab a tealish color and mix that up with something else. Okay. I'm going to mix it up with a little bit of green. Y'all are getting the real deal here, seeing me paint mix and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to work on the kind of stem of the strawberries, so the tops. And the good thing about gouache compared to watercolor is that it's just great for layering and stuff like that. So, yeah. Excuse me. Okay. Just adding some greenery, stuff like that. Okay. I'm going to try and get some of this. I'm going to try and cultivate some of this yellow and orange so that I can work on the little flowers. And just so you guys are aware, the paints I am using are, it's kind of a 18 pan set. So it comes with 18 different lovely colors that we are obsessed with. Let me know if you guys also want me to do a live with me doing some colored pencil painting. Totally a great option. It would be a little bit different than this type of stuff, but definitely another great way to have some one-on-one time with you guys. I'm gonna grab a little touch of orange. It's gonna complement those colors. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick 10-second break for you guys. Get a drink, use the bathroom, grab a cup of coffee, whatever you would like, and I will wait a little bit for you guys and then I'll be back. I'm also just gonna film a TikTok so that all of my TikTok friends are aware that this is happening. Hi guys, so I'm going live on YouTube. Make sure you go check it out. So I'm going live on Okay. All right, how are we? Are we back by now? So we are going to continue on, and yeah, let's keep going. Oops, sorry. There we go. Okay. This is looking super cute so far, but I think we can really spruce it up with some detail soon. So I will be getting to that in a little. I wish I could play some music for you guys, but I don't want to get demonetized. Hopefully for next time, or I don't want to get copyright claimed. So hopefully for next time, I will definitely try and find some royalty-free music for you guys so that I can play something in the background so that it's not just me talking. Okie dokie. I'm going to try and blend some of the pigment on the leaves a tiny bit. Okay. Great. So I know that the petals of the flowers are generally supposed to be white, but I think I'm going to add some vibrancy and stuff, I'm going to make them a little bit more tinted and stuff like that, just because I want to make sure that they stand out and don't blend in, because right now I haven't painted anything there, so I want to make sure I can get some there. So I'm just going to erase the pencil bit. So I'm going to grab some, first I'm going to just grab some of the plain white, which is definitely a little bit contaminated with other colors. So that's completely fine. Completely fine. And we're going to kind of make this look very carefree, feathered out, and just soft. I don't know if you guys can see that well, just because these flowers are super small. But I am definitely painting them right now. So, what do you guys think? This is like my first live ever, essentially. What do you guys think about it? I was actually really nervous for this, but it's not too bad. So far, I'm not getting a lot of traffic in my live, but we did have a person join a little bit ago. So that's great. Super nice and thankful to that person. Okay, so I'm going to work on that next flower. Yeah, so white flowers are actually really difficult to paint and draw, but I think with the right diligence and stuff, you can definitely achieve them. A great person to kind of follow and learn from is Shada Campbell. She's amazing at flowers. So I kind of learned a lot from her. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Oh, these flowers are super cute. I'm also going to add some gold accents. That's how it's looking. I know that these bottom ones are looking a little bit tealish. So we're going to fix that while I wait for my first layer on the flowers to dry. I'm going to kind of add in some green tones into that to kind of counteract that. I'm also going to make those stems nice and big. Make sure you guys wash and check your strawberries though before you eat them also, because there are some bugs that can kind of live on the strawberries. Kind of crazy, honestly, but yeah, make sure you wash them. Don't forget. So I'm sure some of you guys are probably kind of younger. Are you guys excited for school? I'm definitely pretty nervous, but I think I'll be able to do it. Yeah. I'm gonna create this stem right here. Some of these stems have remained in pencil, so I need to fix that up. Okay. So I have a whole lot of layers happening right now. So we're going to need to give that a minute or two to dry. So I thought I would show you some of the things that I am selling on my Etsy shop. So I'm going to go grab those really quick. Okay, great. So I have them right next to me. I'm just going to set this aside for a few minutes so that I can show you. The first thing I am selling, super adorable. I'm going to be selling this cute little bunny painting. This is $18.99 on my Etsy shop. Definitely feel free to check it out. It's a very rare find. There's only one of each of these. And these are actually the original pieces, believe it or not. So it looks kind of seamless because I taped out the edges. And so when I was painting it, I had taped out the edges so that we would have a nice clean edge. So that is the first thing. The next thing that I'm actually selling is this guy, which is basically a Hercules doodle kind of sketch. This is, I believe, $11.99 on my shop. It's actually pretty inexpensive. You probably won't be able to find something else at that great price. So I highly recommend grabbing this and picking it up as soon as possible. And my processing time is about 3 to 5 days, and depending on your location, you will be able to receive your product. I'm also selling this one. Super cute and cool. I really love the flowers. And finally, this is actually a little bit older, but still quite recent. I have painted it in the last 4 or 5 months. I'm going to try and get this whole thing into the frame. This is my Girl in Vines painting. This is an acrylic painting on a canvas. Super good canvas. And this painting is really going to spruce up your wall along with this painting. They'll both add a great pop of color. Okay, so I think we can continue on with our strawberries now. So here we go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. So I'm going to finish up the flowers. Let's see. I'm also actually working on that Billie Eilish painting that was in my previous video. I have filmed part 2. So that will be out sometime next week. So be ready for that. I have a lot of cool stuff coming. I have that. And then obviously the other, I'm going to have that episode and then either 1 or 2 more. It just depends on how long the kind of torso/shoulder part takes me, and the hands, of course. Every artist's dread, painting hands. But yeah, it generally just depends on that, and I have a lot of other amazing and cool video ideas that I'm wanting to film and create. So make sure you stick around and subscribe. It's definitely going to be worth it. Trust me. It's definitely going to be worth your time. And also, if you're a common person or an artist, honestly, any type of person is great. I love you all. All right. Nice. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to add a touch of brown for the stamen because I'm going to add some contrast and detail to that. So now at this point, I'm working to make it a little bit more detailed. I have pretty much all of the colors blocked in as far as I can tell. So I'm going to start adding some detail and stuff like that. I'm actually going to switch gears into an even smaller brush. This little guy, I'm going to try and put this right in front of the camera so you guys can see. But I'm going to be using this little brush. It's actually super tiny, but very, very precise and handy for painting. So I'm going to be using that. I also need to do a little bit of blotting really quick. Oops, I just kind of completely lifted that color. My bad. Got some more of that maroonish paint. Okay, so I'm going to work on the stamen. Kind of just add some contrast. In there. For these, make sure you properly wet your brush, especially if they're a little bit dried out. Mine are a little bit. I've had them since around, I would say, the holidays, around Christmas/New Year. So I really need to kind of reactivate my paints. I just use a spray bottle. This just has water, I swear. It's a perfume bottle, but I finished up the perfume, so there's just water in it. And I'm just going to quickly spray that. And it's okay if you overactivate it. If you just buy this product and it shows up and it's like a perfect creamy consistency, you don't need to do this. I mean, if some of them are a little bit crusty or kind of dried out, then definitely. This container is not airtight, which is totally okay. But that just means that these paints have a little bit of maintenance. You don't have to spray it every single day. Just before you use it, give it a little spray. I sprayed it out a little bit before I started the live, and I'm good, completely good. And I just sprayed it a tiny bit because some colors were getting a little bit difficult. You can always also just kind of grab the paint, put it on your palette, wet your brush, and do that, which I kind of do a combination of both. But there's no way you're going to be able to grab the paint if it is completely hard. That's just not going to be possible. I'm sorry. But anyways, I've been seeing like so many things, like people getting ready for Halloween and stuff, and I'm like, I'm still in summer. I don't want the summer to end. I'm gonna miss summer in the middle of winter. So I'm like, no, I don't want this summer to end. It's been a chill and relaxing summer. Pretty stress-free. And I'm here for it. 100%. Whew. Make sure you guys interact with this. I am not going to know if you guys like the lives or want more unless you let me know. So definitely please do interact. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Nice. Okay. So I am going to add some pinkish tones. Let's see what this does. Kind of just experimenting a little bit. And that's completely fine. I'm add a little pink to my flowers. I feel like that will brighten them up. I'm going to go back to another brush. I swap brushes quite a bit, or I don't swap at all. So it just depends on the day, the time, and what I'm painting. I don't want to make this too red. The flowers are supposed to be a little bit of contrast from these red strawberries. Excuse me again. Okay, so I'm actually going to start adding more detail and really getting in depth with this, my friends. So I'm going to grab this deep green tone, some of that orangish color, and I'm going to grab some of this kind of yellow ochre color, I feel like. Lately, this has been kind of a go-to color in many artists' palette. So that's pretty cool. And I personally, I'm here for it. I mean, people are putting them in their kind of sets and painting kits, which is great because I know that I use this color a whole lot. I'm also going to grab some brown, kind of just grab all those deep woodsy colors because I'm going to be trying to add some detail and definition to these leaves. You guys can see my palette. I still have this bottom section, so if I need a lot of tones for my strawberries, then I will be great. I'm actually also going to, I don't have this on me right now. I have to go grab it. But I'm also going to go grab a gold paint. This will really add a lot of like kind of nice touch to it. So I'm wanting to do that. Before I start on the leaves, I'm going to do a coat of just some red, like the reddest red. So basically, whenever you use very little water, this is how the paint runs. It's really dry, as you guys can see, and kind of hard to spread. I like to grab just a little bit of water. Can I add that one? And this is what I do when I know kind of I finalize my placement and blocked in the colors. So I can kind of do that, but it's still running a little bit dry. Especially with smaller brushes, they don't hold a lot of paint, so it's kind of harder to get that. There we go. Now I'm kind of getting some more definition with that. And some more kind of texture into that. See, as you guys can see, that's a little bit less opaque than the top, just because in the top I pretty much used the dry color. So yeah, it kind of formulates like an acrylic, but gouache can't be super dry. It has to be kind of a little bit activated with water, or else it's not going to work super great. Okay, I'm going to put this down just because that's a more comfortable setting for painting for me. But I'm pretty satisfied with how this is going right now. Look at that. So once you blend it together, it turns out to look pretty good. I'm just going to use my paper towel for blotting if you guys want to kind of see the shapes and stuff there. Okay. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of that dry paint here. Oopsies, I'm sorry, guys. There we go. And just for your information, this paper is 5 by 7. That's one of my favorite sizes. I usually work in 5 by 7, 5.5 by 7.5, or 9 by 12. These are kind of just my preferred to work with because, I mean, 5.5 by 7.5 is actually my sketchbook size, so I'm very used to using that. I can always cut down a piece of paper to that size, a little bit bigger than that classic 5x7. And then 9x12 is just for my larger scale drawings. I never do any drawings bigger than that, so just keep that in mind, you guys. So please just, yeah, remember that. Also, just so you guys know, I'm going to have a Pinterest coming super soon. So I'm excited. I'm working on that right now for you guys. I wanted to just create my shop first so that I could kind of get one thing out of the way and then move on to the next. But those products I showed you earlier in the live are some of the products on my shop. Another thing that I just adore about this gouache is that it dries so quickly, like 2 minutes, and then it's pretty much dried up. It's great. And by dry, I mean like the paint on my paper dries very quickly, not like this. This isn't usually much of an issue while I'm painting. I can always just spray it. I highly recommend just using a little spray bottle. You could always just kind of pour some clean water into the things, just like a tad bit. But I prefer spraying just so that I can get a more concentrated result. Okay. So it has officially been about 42 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. This time has gone by super fast. But hey, time goes by when you're having fun. And I just spotted this on the brush. It's actually the Artist Loft 10/0 size. So if y'all are interested, it's pretty small, but not as fine as my other brush that I have that I used a little bit earlier. So just so you guys know. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go and grab that gold paint. I will be right back, you guys. Just hold on tight. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I actually couldn't find what I was looking for, but yeah. So I'm just going to continue. I was actually just looking for some gold paint, but today we're just going to have to make do without. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm going to make kind of a super rich dark green. I'm going to mix that up on my palette here. So I'll show you guys the palette as I'm mixing it up. I'm going to grab some green, mix that up. I'm going to grab a whole lot of green for this. Okay, I'm just going to grab some brown. Brown tends to darken up some color. Green a little bit better than black. Black kind of just tones it a little bit wackily. I don't know if that's a word, but I guess I just created a word. Brown just tones it a little bit weirdly. So I recommend using possibly a little bit of brown and then just also use a tad bit of black. And so I'm just using some feather-like strokes to kind of apply that color onto my paper. I'm also going to, near the end of this live, I'm going to be answering a couple questions from my TikTok Q&A section. So make sure you guys stick around if you want to know the answer to those. I have a lot of questions in there. So I'm going to answer those here for you guys if you want. So I'm excited to see those. There we go. So you guys can really see how that leaf is. So I'm going to darken up some leaves down here as well. Kind of add some shadow to that because I want to have a bit of contrast and make this look less like watermelon or Christmas because the color scheme is a very basic right now. Feel free to comment stuff in the chat, you guys. Talk to me. Otherwise, I'm going to feel like I'm talking to no one. So, preferred if you're there. And make sure you guys are subscribing and liking and pressing that notification bell just to support a fellow artist. I don't know what you guys think of this so far as well. had some really cute plans to do with the gold, but I can't find my gold. So we're just gonna have to make it work. Unfortunately, those things happen. It's okay though. I'm fine. No worries. We will make it work. Those of you painting along at home, hope you guys are having fun, enjoying, you know? And also to my TikTok people who know about realism and that I paint with realism. I did not use a reference for this. Well, kind of, but I did not find a picture that looked exactly like this and try to kind of photocopy it by painting it. So I'm very happy about that. That's okay, guys. Be proud of the little things, right? Always. Always, always. Be proud. I'm going to add in a little leaf thingy here because I feel like this spot is looking very empty and dry. So we are going to add some nice color and stuff to it because why not? Okay, so you guys can probably see, it's not in the frame. This is kind of drying out a little bit, so I am going to dip my paintbrush in a little water. This is my paintbrush wet, and I'm just going to swirl it around. Okay. And that way it's nice and smooth again. It's kind of texturized. Great texture. And it looks a lot better. And it also makes the paint much more usable. See, it is still a little bit dry, but it's okay. You can always keep adding water. And if it is getting a little bit too kind of too watery or kind of getting diluted, then you can always just add some more of the paint to kind of harden it back. Not harden. What am I saying, guys? To bring it back, revive it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm crazy. Okay. See, it's getting a little bit hard to keep kind of repairing this paint. So sometimes it always helps to just start fresh. So I could start another kind of section here, but that's totally okay. Right now I'm just going to finish up this paint. And then once it gets too much, then I'll probably grab some more pigment. I wish you could see what I was doing. I'm going to flip around the palette since I am working up here. Great. There we go. Now it's kind of moving like butter. You want your paint to feel like butter. That's like the best texture to have, I feel like, in your paint. Okay. What kind of music do you guys like? Let me know in the chat. I feel like for me, I listen to a lot of Billie Eilish, some Melanie Martinez, Tate McRae, but those are kind of like the more sad styles. And then, on the other hand, I really still love Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion. She's a queen. Of course, Cardi B. Not as much Cardi B, but I do listen to her a little bit. So, yeah. And then I definitely listen to Shawn Mendes. Actually, not too much, but I do a little bit. And Ariana Grande. You know who you are. Yeah. I feel like I go through phases of loving music, but I always go back to Billie Eilish. I feel like she's literally my favorite. She's amazing. Yeah. Okay. I also listen to a lot of lo-fi. I feel like it's very boring and basic of me, but it's honestly very calming and stuff like that. I love it because it's just super like monotonous at the same time, like dynamic, but there's not much singing involved, which is great. I love listening to all studying. I feel like that's what most people like it for. And I agree. It's a great thing to listen to while studying. For sure. For sure. So, there you guys go. A little peek. Okay, so we are going to take a quick break, and I am going to read out some of the questions in my Q&A section on my TikTok and answer them. So I'm going to open up TikTok and show you guys. I feel like a lot of my audience are TikTok people. So I feel like this is very fitting because y'all ask a lot of questions, and today I'm going to make your day and answer. And also, it's almost about to be an hour of me going live, my first hour going live in my whole life. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! That's insane. I feel like that time passed by so quickly. That's crazy. I love you guys so much. So much. So, yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so I have about 23 questions. I'm also going to answer some of my answered questions, like the questions I've answered with the video, just because I don't know if everyone's seen them, and definitely you guys on my YouTube family have not seen them yet. So, yeah. What is your go-to favorite medium? So, colored pencil or ink or pencil. Those are definitely, I say that as I'm painting, wow. Those are definitely my favorite. I just really love those. And those are kind of the originals. Of course, I love painting, without a doubt. I just feel like colored pencil and graphite and is kind of where I started. And that's my foundation and kind of complements my skill set a lot better. So, next one. I am kind of new at art. What do you recommend drawing? And that was asked by MaddiePie.10. So, I recommend drawing things you like, people you like, as in like family and stuff like that. Maybe if you love dogs, draw dogs. That's something with me. My first ever actually good colored pencil drawing was of a puppy. And I love dogs. I love puppies. I want one so bad. You guys, someone ship me one, please. Like, someone come to my house and drop one off. But yeah, so that was kind of something that I love. So I decided to draw that. Draw people that inspire you. Draw things like that. I highly recommend. Okay, next question. Why can't I comment? Okay, this is something that has come up on my TikTok a lot, and that's because of the aging and stuff, the age stuff on TikTok. There are certain restrictions. You have to be above 18 to have comments on for everyone on your videos. So currently I only have it for friends on TikTok, meaning people I follow, and people who also follow me. I wish I could change that, but I can't, and I'm sorry, guys. And I do have my YouTube comments off as well, and that's just for some personal reasons. But yeah, I can always interact with you guys through the Q&A, and of course, right here, I'm live, and you can talk to me through the live chat. Next question. Things to draw when you're bored. Okay. So, again, I feel like the second question kind of answered that. But I did create a video of some prompts for sketchbook drawing ideas, so I thought I would just list those out. You could draw your favorite person, which is kind of reiterated in my previous question, or drawing just random things around you. One night I was just laying down in my bedroom in the evening, and I was bored. I just grabbed out my sketchbook, and I'm actually going to start painting while I talk, just because I want to get this painting done. But I grabbed my sketchbook. I have a really long kind of foliage plant, so it has very long vines. It's a gorgeous plant, and I love that plant. It's sitting on my dresser, and so I just decided to paint that. Draw that, sketch it out, just a free doodle. Something else great is color theory practice. This is just for practice. You don't have to. Nobody please come at me, because I know a lot of people don't enjoy it. It's very rewarding though, but it's very boring at the same time. But it's great, just mixing up colors and stuff like that. For common knowledge, as an artist, color theory is a really important concept and thing to know about. And you can always get better and discover new colors. There is no end to colors. Trust me. Trust me. There's actually this person who, his name is Fritz Does Art on TikTok. He color matches insanely good. So someone tells him color match Gucci green. That's just an example. He got a Gucci box and he matched that color so perfectly. It's literally insane and amazing. So talented. There are so many talented people. So many talented people, you guys. Support artists. We work very hard. But yeah. So that is another thing. There's next thing you could do is illustrate your favorite song. So a lot of people so I actually also, about that music talk that we had earlier, I also listened to Olivia Rodrigo. She just didn't come to my head right away. But I listened to a lot of her music, Sour, great stuff. People have drawn kind of Sour in their own style and to represent themselves, which is actually really interesting and kind of new and cool. And so I just get mesmerized by the littlest things. I think people are literally amazing, so talented and artistic. I love you guys, all of you, artist or not. Okay, so next thing, I'm just trying to mix colors. I'm kind of struggling here to get the color I want. So I could use some more color theory practice, honestly. Okay, so next thing, draw your mirror reflection. So literally, don't take a picture of anything. I guess you could actually, but stand in front of a mirror. Look at yourself, your beautiful self, right? And just draw yourself. I mean, there's so much to it. So cool and so fun. I know some people have like trouble with that because you have to kind of point out your insecurities and capture them. And that's completely fine. Everyone has insecurities, so don't worry about it. But that's just another fun, carefree idea you could do. And these are all for fun, so you don't have to do it. It's just great. And it's just if you want to do art and you're bored, which happens a lot to a lot of people, especially like art block and stuff like that. It's fine. So the next thing is recreate something from a dream. So this is like a really vague concept, but people you see in your dream, just random things that you have never seen in real life. Draw that. Honestly, kind of cool. It seems like a very fun idea. To be honest, I haven't done all of these. I've done some of them, but yeah. Okay, so the next thing, nature. Literally just draw nature, paint nature, color nature, whatever. Right now I'm basically painting nature. Not because I'm bored, because I want to. But still, nature is a good thing to do. There is nature all around you. Draw the tree in your front yard. Draw, if you live in like a New York City building, draw the other buildings you see. That's technically still nature. Or draw the bird you see perched on your neighbor's balcony. If you live in like an apartment or in a more urban area where trees and like parks aren't very accessible to you. Another thing, this may kind of expose some people, the last photo on your phone. This is like so random. Don't take a photo of something and try and draw it. Like, go on your phone, see what the last photo was, and just draw it. I mean, there's not much to it. A skull study. So this is kind of specific, but honestly a really cool thing to do. An amazing artist from a while ago, not a while ago, like a long time ago, Georgia O'Keeffe, she's a famous artist, and she drew a lot of cow skulls and stuff like that, and it's actually really cool. It may sound a little bit gross, but if you're into that stuff, feel free. Or if you're bored and you're okay with drawing that, go ahead. No one's stopping you. Honestly, bottom line, just draw whatever you want. And then the final thing is illustrate a word that inspires you. So obviously everyone has something else. They're unique in their own ways. They have something, some knack or some word or something. So think about that word and just illustrate it. Again, not much to it. That's something you have to kind of look into. I can't really explain that much. But when you say that word or when you hear it, what is like the first image that pops into your head? So that's basically the answer to that question. I took that very far and gave you a lot of options. But hey, now you can't be bored when you're drawing, you know? Okay. So the next question is, how do you edit YouTube videos? Okay, guys, it's really chaotic. Hopefully, eventually I'll be able to create a video on this once I get a little bit better and once I have a bigger audience, because this is going to be a really difficult video to make. So I want to make sure people are actually going to be seeing it. So yeah, that's the answer to that. But just so you guys know, I use DaVinci Resolve, which is pretty straightforward and helpful. Okay, let's see. Can you please give some tips on drawing people? So I'm just going to tell you guys these by like word of mouth because I'm currently not drawing a person. But you probably have heard a lot of tips as I have drawn like Billie Eilish and Neytiri and stuff like that. I don't think I've drawn any like portraits other than Billie Eilish on my channel. So that's something to consider that I will consider doing more of. Who do you guys want me to draw though? Make sure you put that in the chat because I have no idea. Celebrities, people, honestly, I find a lot of references from Pinterest and stuff. But back to the question. I get so sidetracked. Back to the question. Tips on drawing people. Honestly, just look closely, look into the details, and if it doesn't look exactly like the person, it's fine. As long as what I say is as long as it looks like a person, then it's fine. Like that was my philosophy when I was kind of a beginner. Like about a year ago. It has to look like a person and you're good. If it's a girl, just try and make it look like a girl. It doesn't have to look like the girl you're trying to draw, if that makes sense. Okay, so those are actually all the questions, which was great. I think those are all the ones I wanted to answer today. So yeah, I'm just going to continue painting now, and I'll give you guys a little update. I added some more onto these two leaves. And yeah, I think it's looking super cute right now. Okay, let's get it. Also, if you hear any background noises, I apologize. That is just my mom. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the live chat. I will try and see them. If I see them, I will definitely answer them if I have an answer. But you guys are so sweet, and thank you so much for 1K on TikTok, which I hit earlier this year. Super exciting. Hopefully I'll hit 2K soon, maybe 5K, who knows. I'm also trying to get to 100 subscribers. We are so close, you guys. So close. So that would be lovely if you guys subscribed and supported me. I would love it so much. Okay, so I think it is time to work on the strawberries. I'll give you guys a quick peek again. Let's see. And yeah. I'm gonna take a shot at looking for that gold paint one more time. I do have silver. I have a silver pen that I can use, but I feel like gold is gonna be a lot cooler. So my friends, I will be right back. Just hang on tight. Okay, guys, no gold paint. I'm sorry. I tried my best. I guess we're just gonna have to use the ochre as a replacement. Alrighty, so let's take some brown. I'm gonna work on the strawberry. Wait, actually, I should work on the leaves on the strawberries, and then I will start working on the physical strawberries. I'm sorry, on the physical fruit. I'm sorry, you guys. 1 second. Because I think that's a better idea. And just shuffling back. I can stay more organized that way. So if I need to do any touch-ups, then that will be very convenient. All right, guys. But yeah. let's go in and do the strawberries. I had the most delicious strawberries yesterday, you guys. Yummy. We love strawberries. Okay, so I'm going to grab this brown. We're going to be using, these are going to look really like clip arty cute. That's kind of the look I'm going for. If that's okay. And yeah. So I'm kind of just going to do little spots because I'm working on these seeds. This doesn't need to look too constant or perfect or anything. Anything is absolutely good. You don't have to add the seeds. I just want to add some dynamic to it and some contrast because they could easily look like any other fruit from a distance. I want to make sure that it is known that is a strawberry. So basically, if you can see, I'm sorry, it's kind of zoomed in, but like that. That was a giant blob. Guys, just blobbed the paper. Okay. Also, I apologize if my hair decides to show up in the frame. That's my bad if it does. Oh, this is looking so cute. I'm excited, you guys. I'm so excited to put this in my shop. It is going to look adorable. Adorable, adorable, adorable. Okay, so I'm going to let it dry and do some brown stuff on the leaves. Brown detailing. Make it look a little bit more dynamic as well. How are you guys, though? Let me know. Cute. What do you guys think of this so far? Let's see. My hands are shaky, I'm sorry. Okay, so now we're gonna go in and add a little bit of white. I'm not quite sure how to do that. So I'm actually gonna take I am gonna take a tad bit of acrylic paint. Right. Tad bit of acrylic. Make sure that's dried. And put that on my palette. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit. A little bit goes a long way for sure, so you guys don't need to use a lot. I can tell you that. That's my best piece of advice. A little bit goes a long way for anything. Oh my gosh, this looks so cute. I'm so excited. You can always just water it down a little bit if you want. Okay, so I'm going to use this brush, and I'm going to kind of do little hats on top of it. I feel like that's going to add a little bit of a highlight to them. Okay, so I think I know what to do. I'll show you guys in a second. Let me just get the gist of it. So I am going to, you guys can see the highlight. I'm going to take a little paint on my brush, like barely dip it in. Look at that. Just a tip. You don't need a lot. And you're going to take, like this. There's some water on my brush for some reason. Okay. I'm going to take it, just make a little umbrella over it. A little hat. I need some more paint. You make a little hat over it. And put in some areas, put a little dot if you want to. this is just kind of the highlight. Obviously, in real strawberries, it's not going to be so exaggerated, but there definitely are highlights like these. And if you make it a little bit more aggressive and kind of noticeable, like I am, it's going to look cuter and more whimsical. That's kind of how I'm going for with this painting. I'm not trying to make it look hyper realistic. And I also need to add kind of a little bit of an edging just so that everything has a constant edge and just a consistent line of stoppage, because you don't want it looks kind of sloppy because it kind of just keeps going on forever. But I like how the pencil got covered up pretty well, so that's good. You can add in some extra white dots all around if you want. I am, just because I think it looks cute. And of course add some highlights, because we love. Yeah. Oh yes, very cute. So you guys can see that strawberry. Oh, that looks so cute. The camera is not picking it up the best, so I'm going to make the ones then a little more vibrant so that you guys can see and get the full look. It's looking really cute, perfect for summer, and I don't care if summer is ending. I know it is, but this is just going to give me a little taste of summer. I'm not ready for it to be fall yet, just yet. Just keep in mind, whenever it is fall, I'm going all out. You guys, there's going to be lots of videos and stuff like that. So, yeah. I'm getting very excited. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so now I'm going to do that same thing with the rest of the strawberries. Very cute. Like, what else is in season right now? Peaches. No, wait. Yes, peaches are in season, I think. Or they were, at least. Blueberry. I'm not sure, actually. I don't really know about this type of stuff that much. I'm underqualified. So don't quote me on, like, the seasons. The apple season is coming up. Pumpkin picking season in December. Squash season. It's kind of late sunflower season, though. And for these little duders, you're gonna need a little bit less white paint. You may need some a finer brush. Okay, so that's how it's looking. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some highlights onto the leaves using the same acrylic paint. Just kind of letting my brush move pretty freely. Oh my gosh, so cute. I love it. I love it, guys. I hope you guys like it too. We're almost done. It's been about an hour and a half. So this is a relatively small kind of thing. Now what I'm going to do, because I don't have gold, so I can't use that, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to grab some ochre. Okay, onto my brush, and we're going to use this very kind of, you want it to be a little dry because you want this to be opaque. So I'm going to work on some sparkles. It's not going to look as good because it isn't being done with gold, unfortunately, because you'll know why. But this is like another version of gold. Ochre is basically gold, but not sparkly. And actually, it's looking pretty neat so far. Not bad. You could always just put glitter over top or whatever if you guys are following along. Y'all, it's working. And then I'm also just gonna freehand some smaller ones, like little dots and stuff, to be kind of like stars. It looks very cottagecore cute, and that's kind of a style that I'm really into lately. I think I really like this. I hope you guys like it as well. Yeah, so in terms of paintbrushes, I highly recommend that you guys use get like a very fine one, maybe like the one I'm using or like the other one. And then a nice one like the Grumbacher one that is round, because that's very all-purpose and kind of like a uniform must. So once you have that, you only need like a super fine paintbrush because you can get pretty fine with that brush. And I highly recommend that brush actually because it's a very nice quality and I've had it for about a year. So I'm loving it. And Grumbacher is a very reputable brand. So it's great. I do believe that it's a level 2 brush in Michaels. They might not have that exact brush, but any similar brush is great. It was about $15 for that brush, that singular brush, like the one brush, but highly, definitely worth it. And I basically used it to block in all the colors and like some of the details, so it is lovely. This ochre is actually working pretty well for this. I think the color is great. One thing I would just hope is that it would have been sparkly, which the gold would have helped me achieve that better. I think it still looks great. It looks cute. And y'all know how I feel about sparkles. I feel like I can't do this with colored pencil. So this is one thing that always made my heart. So I wasn't originally going to do this unless I had I would have if it was gold. But I'm actually going to add some streaks to the strawberry and leaves for some more contrast, just so it looks cute and brings it together more. And I'm liking it. Okay. So I definitely am gonna add a little bit, add a little guide right here. This brush is also really great though because I just bought it for like $5 in a set of 5, and by the brand Artist Loft. So if you just find the right thing, Artist Loft is also a pretty good brand for beginners or like kind of more inexpensive art supplies or like more affordable stuff. So it's great. I mean, there's many different kinds of art supplies. There's definitely a lot that I have never used before. So you could use literally anything. But in the end, all you need to do is a piece of paper and a pencil. That's it. You could create beautiful pieces of art with that, and an eraser if you want. Okay, I'm going a little crazy with these sparkles. But you guys know how I am with sparkles. Okay, so around the edges, what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of framing. Look at that. Add a little bit of kind of framing out on here. So I'm gonna add something cute there. And we have reached almost the 1 hour, 40-minute mark here. Just insane. I can't believe I've been on live for this long. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do something like that on all 4 of the corners. And then you guys will see what I do next. So I'm leaving about a 1/4 inch distance between the thing and the edges of paper so that it looks a little bit more professional and framed. And this will look super cute on like the wall, any wall or whatever, and will look kind of more complete with the framing. Guys. Okay. Almost there. Also, I never actually mentioned this. I'm sorry. The paper I'm using is the Canson XL watercolor paper. Cute. Okay, so in the corners, I'm going to add a little bit of, I don't know what it's called, but I'm just going to use my brush, and I will show you all what I'm doing. It's pretty cute. Something like that. To just frame the edges. And I'm actually going to extend the edges out a little. Do a little bit of more detailing, and I'll show you guys when I'm done with this kind of just a full view. I'm literally very happy with this ochre tone that it's doing this. It's being very nice to me. Paint isn't usually this rewarding. Actually, that's a lie. But the ochre specifically is doing a great job for me today. So I give it a pat on the back. y'all know how I am. I'm goofy. Okay. Let's see. All right, guys. Let's see. No, Sugar Plum, I can see the chat. I'm taking a look occasionally. How are you guys? How's your summer? How are you guys? Okay. Guys, almost done. I feel like there's something missing. So I'm gonna just take a step back and look at it for a second. But this is how it's looking. And then I am going to open up these blinds. So the lighting might be a little bit harsh, but I think you'll get a better look at the kind of colors and everything. So I'm going to do that in a second. Let's see. It's winter for you. Where do you live? What area? Do you live in like Alaska or Antarctica? Oceania. Okay, so that's near Australia, right? Or that's Australia. They're the same thing. New Zealand. I got you. Okay. Sorry. Is it really winter there? Wow. I guess for the opposite. I'm actually in the US right now, so yeah, that's pretty neat. So is your summer in like December and January and February and stuff? Okay, guys, we're almost done. I'm super stoked about this. I think it's really cute. Okay, here we go. Final reveal. So this is how it is. Okay. I'm going to open up my blinds and you're going to see how it is. Okay. Just be aware of the harsh lighting change. There you go. That's how it looks. I hope you guys like it, and thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to check out my TikTok account, subscribe, and my Etsy. Bye guys, love you.